Hello boys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here, and it is the end of season number 2 of the RTG. We're finally here, boys. I'm so excited, man. I can't believe we've completed 2 seasons. You guys are still supporting the series like mad and showing it mad love. If you are new, though, you should be hitting subscribe already, because this season has been a mixed bag, but I think it's been very entertaining. Now, there has been a title update. I don't know how much impact that title update is going to have to the series, or to the save, or to the sliders. Now, the sliders have been asked for, but they're not complete. I'm going to do a video when they're complete to be able to give you them exactly, because if I tell you what the sliders are now, I'm still tweaking them. They actually got changed on the last patch, which was like, what, not that long ago. I was having some issues with the way that first touch and passes were going, but now there's been a new patch. Maybe all that has changed, so we don't know. Now, talking of formations as well, I think we're going to stick to 3 at the back. I don't know. I like the idea of building this team now with this 3 at the back formation. And I know it's exactly what we're using with Inter, but it seems to work best. It also seems to work best with the squad that we've got at the moment, because Timmy Abraham has caught fire. He's having a ridiculous run of form. I'm so impressed with him. Timmy Abraham literally has become goated like that in the space of a couple of episodes. And his link up with Elliot List has been fantastic. Elliot List has taken on a new form since he had him beside him. Dom Telford as well, having a good end to the last episode. I feel like we might stick with this and this. I think we might still use this from time to time, but really when we look at left back and right back, we're not that strong anyway, because Bolton can comfortably play right mid and can track back, like we used Denzel Dumfries as a right mid on the Inter series. So I think we'll be all right. Now, we're going to get some social stuff out the way. If you want more content from me, I am usually live over on Twitch a few times a week. 3 or 4 times a week, depending how the week is going. It's Yorkiemann. The link is down below, but sometimes it doesn't work. But if you type in Yorkiemann, I should come up. Also, follow me on Twitter for all updates on the series and when I go live. That's the best place to find out what's going on in my life. Yorkiemann. Again, all my socials are Yorkiemann. I've been very blessed to be able to get all my socials to be Yorkiemann. It is the end of the season, and there is, what, 4 games left? I don't think we're going to play all 4. In fact, I'm not sure we're even going to play 3. We will do the end of season roundup. You might want to make a brew before you start watching this one, because it could be a long episode. But we're definitely going to kick off with Doncaster and most likely play Sunderland. And then depending how things are going in the league, if there is still the slightest of chances that we can get ourselves playoffs, I will probably play another game. If not, we will sim the Wimbledon and Morecambe games, just considering where they are in the league. I think that makes more sense. Plus, I want to play against Sunderland again. They've got a pretty decent side, and I want to test how we get on with the form we're in against them. Again, remember, suggestions in the comments for players to sign in the new season. We've got a pretty healthy transfer list. We'll go through the transfer list at the end of the episode and just kind of pick apart who might be key targets for us. We will also sim to the start of next season to see what budget we're going to get to work with on our second season in League One. This is going to be the starting 11. Now, there was a suggestion to use the youngsters, and I think we will do once we 100% know mathematically we can't get the playoffs. I would hate to have done that and us still have the slight opportunity. This is going to be the starting 11 today. I believe this is most likely the strongest starting 11 we can put out. With the conversation about centre-back, maybe Ogilvy could be the better centre-back than Mark, but that is the starting 11, and the centre-backs have actually been really good this year. We improved our defence, of course, in the summer. This summer, I think we're going to improve ourselves going forward a little bit. We need another striker that's like Timmy Abraham, so we can do the strong physical striker who can hold up the ball next to the smaller, quicker, technical striker, which is what we're going to be looking for. And, I mean, we can't just keep hoping that Ashley Hunter is going to be brilliant every single game. We most likely need another left winger. It might be the time as well to start loaning out some of the younger players and actually bringing in more established first-team players. We've got a really young squad this season. There is no doubt about that. This is a really young squad. We've got a lot of the youth academy players who have played big parts in this year. McNeil, Kelly. It's about time that we maybe don't have to rely on them too much. Marvin's done brilliantly there. I'm actually really starting to get to grips with Marvin. He's a very good player. Here come Doncaster again. That's lovely play. And Doyle cuts out what surely would have been a goal. That surely would have been a goal. Timmy Abraham now holds the ball up brilliantly and can ping that one out to Marvin. Marvin feels so good on the ball. Feels so good on the ball. His delivery wasn't bad either. It was lofted in there. Unfortunately, Timmy Abraham wasn't in the box. That's not his position. Again, we're just seeing how good and confident Marvin is on the ball, which we didn't really see from Asante. His move to Celtic obviously happened earlier on in the season, and we haven't really seen much of him since. It's not a coincidence. We are kind of stacked at right mid, so I made the decision that I would use the other right mids, and that is horrendous defending. I praised the defending earlier on. That wasn't good enough. Doncaster take the lead. We were all out of position there. There were 2 players free. That was the worst part. There was 2 players in those positions that were absolutely free. The issue I've got here is I've just recorded into Milan. So, you know, my brain is going, these players are better than they are. Well, that's a good ball in. Their passing has been great. They're playing like Barcelona. We're having a Barcelona performance from Doncaster Rovers. Timmy Abraham's ball over the top. Might be perfect. Elliot List takes it brilliantly. Elliot List! Elliot List is just, he's back, isn't he, boys? He's just back. Now, well, 1 or 2 episodes. We were all panicking. He's out of form. Maybe you buy someone else for the championship. Oh, Elliot List, he can't do it. He's so bloody good. That touch was absolutely superb. And we're right back in this game. What a ball over by Timmy Abraham. I'm actually working on his passing. It shouldn't have had that much of an impact so far, but what a ball over. He's by far and above our top goal scorer this season, was Elliot List. And I think we will have a game in this one where we're saying goodbye to a few players. I think McAlnay's going to be one of them. I think it's just his time, isn't it? It's just McAlnay's time. Elliot List now could be the facilitator. Bostock's got to go off, ref. How is that not a foul? Bostock has put 2 of those in now and not even been blown up for it. That is... I can't believe that. Oh, well in, Mark. And now can we break? Leto now. Leto now. He's just smart, isn't he? He's calm, cool and collected on the football. He's what you want from a player in that position. Marvin's ball. He's offside, his List. He's offside. We already know it. I saw the linesman flag go up. I'll tell you what, it wasn't a bad ball. It was a good idea. And the finish... He's back on form, isn't he? The finish was brilliant. Not bad first half. We just need another goal now. Doncaster have put up a really good fight. Really good performance from them in the first half. Defensively, Doyle has been all about it in this one. Hopefully that's going to continue into the second half. Got Lado there. Can he knock that on? He can, Elliot List. He might have been offside again. He was offside again. I thought so. Elliot List twice offside. Now this time didn't find the back of the net. I think this one was, yeah, he was miles off this time. Maybe could have shot with Lado there. He's got the technical ability to score worldies. List there, finds Lado. Lado now, stabs it behind! And oh my God, that was nearly perfect. That would have been exactly the kind of goal I want to score. They've given the ball back. I don't know why. There's a pour from them. There we go. Banks. Oh, that's lovely. Lido now, out wide. Hunter, back across towards Abraham. Oh, I thought that was in. Just beyond the post. What a save. And again, stop going out to Hunter. He's offside. Oh, he's not offside. I thought he was. Timmy Abraham to win it. Timmy Abraham to win the game, surely. I don't know what we've been feeding him. He's been watching his brother playing for Roma. He's gone, I'm not having that. You're talking about him too much. About time you start talking about Timmy. Not Tammy. Timmy. And there we go again. Absolutely brilliant from him in terms of getting into space. Lado with the ball into him. Perfect shot. Perfect goal. Let's go. Well, with McAlnay most likely going, we're going to bring him on here. And I'm going to give him a couple of opportunities now towards the back end of the season. McNeil and Kelly will come on as well. The 2 Scotsmen. Give the youngsters the opportunities. Still both 18. All the young players we've got in the team are 18 or younger. So they've got so many years ahead of them to progress. I'm quite excited because McNeil now is 67 and Kelly is 66. So by the end of next season, they could be mid-70s. They might be good enough for championship football. We might have to get rid of them because the right bids come in. Now, when it does come to bids for players, I'm not just looking at the money that we get for a player. I'm looking at whether it makes sense that they go to the club. We did that with Asante, and I feel so much better him going to Celtic than him going to, say, Turkey. Because I just don't see that kind of player going to Turkey. Bring that one over to McNeil. What ball that is. McNeil can cause you problems. McNeil can cause you problems. We'll win a corner. Late corner. The wind seems to have gone out of the sails here, really, of Doncaster Rovers. Since we scored, they haven't really done anything. But a satisfying win that from 1-0 down to 2-1 the victors. We've been getting pretty decent at coming back from going a goal down, which I think is important. Earlier on in the season, we weren't very good at that. I think about the Peterborough game. We went a goal down so early on in the game, never really had the fight back to get into it. we seem to have found the right form here now. Timmy Abraham, Elliot List, those two are playing so well together. I want to give Dom Telford the opportunities. I really do. And of course, going into the new season, he probably will get them. But Timmy and Elliot List have just formed such a great partnership. So I'm going to list some players here that I think we should sell. Because I think we'll list them now, because we might as well sell them before the end of the season. Now, Burgess is one of them. I like Luke Burgess, but we are stacked at right mid. Now, Asante is leaving. We've got Marvin, who hopefully we hold on to for another season. We've got McNeil, and we've got Lejeune. Now, Lejeune is going to be added to the loan list. He's going to go out next season. McNeil, I'm tempted to add him to the loan list, but I just think sell Burgess. It's a really difficult position to be in, because Burgess is not a bad player, but he's just not playing for us at the minute, although he has gone up by 2. Maybe we leave it and I get your guys' feedback on that one. All right? Do we sell Burgess or do we just loan out McNeil? Get McNeil one, loan out, and then when he comes back, we'll use him. Although I have enjoyed using him this season. We already know that Conor McAlnay is going to be added. And it's a sad, sad day, because Conor McAlnay will go down in history on that first season as probably the reason we even had a chance to win the league. We had to make some really good transfer signings, didn't we? Once he got injured, Tierney came in, and so did Lado, which has ended up being a unbelievable signing. Up 6 this season, by the way, guys. McAlnay will be missed, but this season he just hasn't been given the game time. And at the age of 30, I think he needs to move. Another decision to make is Jason Lowe. I'm going to add him to the transfer list. He's barely played this year. Lund will continue to start, I think, next season, but it's time that we find a Lund replacement for the years to come. And Jason Lowe is not that. At 64 rated, he's just not good enough. I'm going to list Shepherd as well, because I believe at this stage we are going to play the 3 at the back. Bolton can play at right mid, and that is exactly where he will play for us. Ray as well, I will list. I'm not happy with him, and that's why we brought in Ogilvie, because Ray just hasn't been good enough. So he will go on the list. Apart from that, I'm pretty happy with the squad, but I do think we can bring in some more money there. I'm expecting to have a sizable budget next season in order to help us get promoted, and that should be the target. I think someone might have put that in the comments, that the target next season should be a team that's building for promotion, and that's exactly what we're going to be, and hopefully with a budget that can help us build for promotion. Sunderland next then. This is the starting 11. I've got to go with List and Abraham again, but McAlnay will play, which will most likely be the last time we see McAlnay put on a Salford shirt. I'm giving Bert the opportunity today. He's grown really well this year, so I think he deserves the opportunity. McNeil will start as well on the right. I'm going to try Bolton at centre-back, because I have noticed the centre-backs do just move out to cover the wings, and Bolton is very good at covering the wings, so we'll see what he's actually like at centre-back. If he can play right mid and centre-back, that versatility will help him moving forward. Banks and Lund in the centre of the park. Sunderland have a good team. We already know that. They've had a disappointing season. They're in 8th, and we're going to do our best to try and beat them. This might be the last episode. We'll look at the last episode, the last game of the episode. We'll look at the league table after this one. Well, plus side for Sunderland is they do have their stadium, and here we are. We've just seen the league table, and I didn't even read it. Absolutely tragic. We'll see who's gone down as well. I want to see who's going to come up in the league. There might be players from these teams that we can pick players off, especially the 4 teams that are going down. Do like to make sure we're trying to get players off them. Also, if we are going to have a sizable budget, we need scouts. We need another youth scout. We already know that. And we also need to make sure that we get another scout for the scouting centre. As much as I kind of like the scouts we've got now, they take 7 years to scout a player. So if we could get somebody else, that would be all important. This is why it's great when you guys suggest players throughout the season, because if you've seen, I'm the kind of player on FIFA that likes to add people to my list over time. And when you're suggesting players, it makes it so much easier to do that. Go on then, Timmy. Hold it up. So good at doing that. I love that. Banks has spotted Elliot List over the top. Elliot List! Oh, he's pulled it wide. That was great play. The run from Elliot List was great. Timmy Abraham again, he just holds the ball up perfectly. Banks is really improving. 69 rated now. I think he'll be 70 next season. I am a fan of Banks, considering he was a free transfer. Again, we've got to think about that. Will there be more free transfers next season? I believe there will be. I don't know how many. Again, if you've got a good budget, you don't need to make so many free transfers. But if there's the right players out there, maybe some experienced players as well, we will go for them. Well, here they come, Sunderland. Doyle is playing today against his old club, and Bolton's made a mistake there, and we might go 1-0 down. We won't. He's pulled it beyond the post. So we need a good defensive performance here. We'll see what they can do in terms of moving the ball forward. This is nice play. Stewart there, up against Doyle. And it's been pulled back. Not very well. The only issue with McNeil is he's just not the quickest, is he? McAlnay now, though, finds a great ball out to Burt. Burt had a really good game recently. McAlnay across to Timmy Abraham. He might be offside, he is. He doesn't score it either. That's the third offside we've had in this match. We need to get that sorted because we could have been cleaning a couple of times. Elliot List there probably would have been onside if Timmy had been able to find that pass instead. Timmy Abraham. That across to List. That ball is great from Elliot List. McAlnay is in. And that would be a perfect way to see a goodbye to McAlnay. He makes it 1-0 Salford. He's been a pleasure. He really has been a pleasure. It's just time to move forward. But McAlnay makes it 1-0 Salford. What a ball from Elliot List, by the way. Can we just stand up and pay attention to that? That was a right pass from him. It's a good run of form. Might actually go on until the end of the season. I'm really impressed. I think the formation has a lot to do with it. The link-up play in this formation just works. I guess there is a meta on FIFA, and this is most likely the meta formationally. And we kind of fell into this formation because of the players we had. It wasn't ideally how he was going to play. That's a mistake. Elliot List there. We'll put that into Timmy, who holds that up so well again. Absolutely brilliant hold-up play. Burt now, he knew he had him, but he's not quite quick enough. Burt and McNeil's biggest issue is pace, and they need to improve upon that as we keep training them. Not bad first half, we've got the lead, but it's only one, and when it's won, it's not done, as we always say. We need to score more. Oh, that was poor from Doyle. He was nearly in the right position. Evans now. We've stood off him, but I don't feel like he can do too much. That was a good header. Oh, straight across. That's great play. The headed clearance just wasn't enough on it. Ogilvy's got to get more distance when he wins that header. And Sunderland, like I said, are right back in it. One goal is never enough. Just invite too much pressure when it's only 1-0. You just really do. Way too much pressure. Ogilvy here up against Roberts. Actually doing a really good job. But we've got no one in the centre of the park. And this might fall apart for us a little bit here. Doyle didn't do enough. Oh, I think Austin might have saved that. He did save it. We've brought on Kelly for Banks. Try to give the youngsters a bit of a go because we're kind of designed to the fact that we are out of the playoff race. So we'll make those changes. Oh, that's good. That's really good from Elliot List to find Lund. The problem is here, Lund is just not a strong runner. We'll get that back to Elliot List. Elliot List will ping that one over to Timmy Abraham. What a save. That is a superb save from their goalkeeper. Round of applause for him. Oh, Ogilvy's made another mistake. What's he doing to us? Austin won't save that one. And he's having a horrendous end to the season. What are you doing, Ogilvy? What are you doing, mate? Absolutely awful, that. No composure on this. He's got to do better. He's got to do so much better. Really puts Austin in a terrible position. And just like that, Sunderland are in the lead. And it's just poor from us. The second half has all been Sunderland, hasn't it? It's been absolutely all Sunderland. And Bath scores to just tip the iceberg. 3-1. We have fallen apart here in the second half. We really have. It's just saddening. Really saddening that the team has just collapsed the way they have. I felt like we've been a really good team this back end of the year. I felt like we've been a good team here. But again, that's poor defending. Austin can't do anything about it. It's a great header from Bath. We just haven't been able to put anything together. And they've scored 3 goals on 3 attacks, back to back. 2 of them mistakes from our centre-back, which is never what you want to see. And then the other one was, well, I mean, it was a pretty decent header, wasn't it? Oh, it's another mistake from a centre-back. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. The back line today has been horrendous. I said our back line is fine. 4-1 Sunderland. I haven't really got many words for that because we were 1-0 up at half-time and then we conceded 4 in that second half. 3 of them centre-back mistakes. Moore with 1 of them. Ogilvy with 2 of them. I've got no words. That was absolutely horrendous the way we fell apart there. Hope that's not a sign of things to come. I mean, we rotated a little bit, didn't we? But there's no excuses for that one. That's really bad. And that all but confines us to the fact that we definitely won't get playoffs. We kind of knew that already anyway. What a sour note to end things with that kind of performance. Frustrating last game, obviously, against Sunderland, but this is going to be the team to take on AFC Wimbledon. We have rotated a little bit. Telford and Abraham up top. I am giving Tierney a start at centre mid. I'm also giving Thomas Asante a game. It will be his final game for the club. Wimbledon are rock bottom and already relegated, so I'm hoping we actually pick up a good result here. We do. 2-1 the victory. Lado and Hunter with the goal. But I don't want to see the season end on a sour note, so we're going to play this game against Morecambe. I can't have the season ending on a 4-1 smashing. 4 goals in 1 half for Sunderland. I can't have it. We will be taking on Morecambe in this one. I have rotated a little bit to give Tierney and Kelly opportunities in the centre of the park, but the front three will be as per usual. No Ogilvy after those mistakes in the last match. Certainly can't be ending the season that way. We need to make sure that we go out and we have a good performance in this one. And the pack line has a good performance. I can't believe how badly they just played. Go on then, Elliot List. We'll ping it over. Just see what he could do. He's in there. I mean, he causes the goalkeeper to punch it. Promise is nobody's following there, but Lado there can get that to Timmy. Timmy does brilliantly to get that to Marvin. And as I say again, Marvin is so good. Elliot List. What a save from Smith. This is a much brighter start than what we've had recently. But we should have the bit between our teeth after that last match. And he pings that one over to Timmy. Timmy's still going to collect it, is he? No. Unlucky. Maybe he should have held that up. I just spotted the ball onto Lado and thought, why not? Hunter. I'm going to go into Elliot List because Elliot List knew that he had Timmy Abraham in that position. And Timmy Abraham in that position finds the back of the net. All the damn time. Well done, Timmy. 1-0 Salford. We know 1 goal isn't going to be enough. It wasn't enough against Sunderland, although better opposition. I don't care. 1 goal is not enough. We need to make a statement here towards the end of the season that we're going to be a team that you need to watch out for next year. We're also going to put plenty of goals beyond sides. Timmy Abraham there. Elliot List is in a perfect position this time. Returning the favour. Elliot List now. Good footwork. Good shot. Good goal. I love Timmy Abraham and Elliot List. It's my new favourite thing. Those two together is just unbelievable. And I absolutely love it. I love having them together. Well, what a strike partnership they are. And this could be dangerous. What a save from King. We need to get out to the second ball that got played across. King again showing his worth. Austin hasn't really been able to garner the opportunities maybe he would have expected. And that is purely because of how good King's been. That's a great ball to Lado. If he scored, that would really just cap off what has been a very good season and a good performance here against Morecambe. They should worry because we are out for blood today after that performance against Sunderland. It's a good ball over the top and I don't know why it changed me. And Mark couldn't get there, but King does save it. I think we might have done enough to put him off, but it changed me from Doyle. And I was pretty happy at controlling Doyle at the time. This might be good. Tierney. We'll ping that one into Lado. Couldn't get the touch. He needed to control it first. That's my fault. Donald. Well in more is what I was about to say. McLaughlin. Oh, that's lovely. Is he offside though? That's a big question. He's onside. It's been given. The defence look a bit shaky, don't they, in this episode? The second half here has not been a good performance at all, if I'm being honest. It's been really, really sluggish. It's been really, really poor. It's been a case of us not being able to find our path. Look, no centre mid is coming to me. I'm going to have to tweak this tactic because I'm getting into my centre backs and I've got no one to play the ball to. We're going to make some subs. I'm not sure that they're going to have much of an impact. Dom Telford coming on, Bolton coming on the right, but it's just not been a good second half of football. In fact, it's been pretty horrendous. The 2 early goals all important for us by the looks of it. But yeah, this second half, from both sides, to be honest with you, neither team has really got the ball moving well, got the ball working very well. And neither team really deserves anything out of this game at this stage. Well, anything more out of this game than what we did in the first half. Again, there, a poor ball from Lado. And that has kind of been the performance as Telford right through the back. Is this a red card at the end of the season? It's nothing. A little bit frustrated with the performance. But at the end of the day, I guess we are in the lead. The full-time whistle blows. I don't know if we had any highlights of the second half. It was pretty poor, but we do win our final game of the season, which I guess is the most important thing. I can't be mad. We're not always going to pick teams apart. It's just not the way it's going to work. The team felt a little bit sluggish the final couple of games, but at the end of the day, we did enough early in this match with Elliot List, with Timmy Abraham, to put ourselves in a good enough position to win the game and to finish the league season in 9th. And to tell you, we weren't actually that far off Sheffield Wednesday in the end. 71 points for us, 75 for Sheffield Wednesday. I think the goal difference was an issue. There's some draws in there that without a shadow of a doubt this year should have not been draws. We need to change that next year, and 13 losses isn't really good enough. But if we'd have beaten Sunderland, wasn't that far off, you know. We actually weren't that far off the playoffs. And we can take some confidence with that going into next season. Now, we've got a youth player unsettled, but it's fine. We're actually going to look at the youth team now and determine who we want to bring up. So I'm going to bring up Cook because he's got decent potential. He's 61 rated, and we will loan him out. Rikes is definitely not coming up. Galloway can come up, but I'm not sure he'll be good enough, but again, we'll loan him out. And I think Oliver Hanna as well will be a player that we promote this season. Oliver Hanna as well will be a player that we promote. There's no guarantee that he's going to do anything, but I think with the rating where it is, we'll give him an opportunity to be brought up and be loaned out and see if that helps him progress. Here we are then, the end of another season, and let's see who had outstanding years. Obviously, for goals, we knew it was going to be Elliot List. He's actually tied for top assists as well, so I mean, it really does show you how important Elliot List has been to this team. He's gone up by 3, scored 17 goals. We need more out of the team in terms of in front of goal, but Timmy Abraham's end stint of the season really showed the strike force we could have next year. He was unbelievable. 8 goals and 5 assists. Lado as well had another good year, going up by 7, which, I mean, if he keeps going up at that rate, he's going to be fantastic. Dom Telford, not a year to remember, has seen no growth or progression, but he wasn't a bad substitute. He wasn't that bad. When you look at 6 goals, it wasn't horrendous. We just need more next season. Hopefully he settled into the team a little bit more. And he too did have much more success once playing next to a striker. If we do look at the team for some of the growth, it'll be interesting to see who's had decent growth. I'm leaning towards Elliot List as player of the season, but I actually think maybe we should give player of the season to Moore. I feel like that could be it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Who was this year's player of the year? Elliot List won it last year, or King, really, between the two of them, but I think we give it to List. This year, I kind of feel like Moore, although I tried to put in highlights, right, of Moore getting stops, because I'm not going to show you every defensive highlight, but he's gone up by 5 and he's been brilliant this year. He's been absolutely fantastic. Scored a few headers as well. He's been super important, but you'll see there's been good growth here. The back line, again, I'm not really worried about. It needs to keep improving. It's a little bit young, and maybe one more centre-back will come in and join the team, depending on the budget. Of course, some players are leaving this season. Austin went up by 2. That's not bad for him, and King up by 2. Hopefully be into the 70s next season. So we won't know about the playoffs, but we will know that guaranteed Peterborough and Rotherham will not be in this league next season. Peterborough absolutely stormed the league after MK Dons at one point were top. And Wimbledon, Forest Green, Lincoln City and Shrewsbury will all go down. So no playing against Forest Green to improve our form next season, although Leyton Orient did manage to stay up. Teams coming down from the Championship will be Hull City, Luton and Derby. So 3 very difficult ties next season. I think they're going to be extremely hard to play against, especially Hull City and Luton. I don't know how depleted Derby's squad is. The fact they stayed up the first season is unbelievable. And of course, Burton, Mansfield, Rochdale, and then one of Carlisle, Bradford, Northampton and Port Vale will be joining us in the league next season. So I'm actually interested to see what happens, but now we will fast forward to the new season and see what the budget is. Here we go then, the start of the new season. So I want feedback, obviously, about editing the club. I will give you guys time to get this feedback in. By the way, I'll upload this video. I'll focus on Inter until you guys have time to get your feedback in. At least we've got that other series kind of to keep us going while you're getting the feedback in. Do we edit the club now and upgrade the stadium just 1? We'll just upgrade it 1 notch so that every single stand actually has a roof. But we'll keep the name and everything. But I think maybe we're at that stage where we can upgrade it. But obviously the most important thing here, what is going to be the transfer budget for this coming season? And it's not as good as I thought it would be. We need to see the money come in for the transfers, obviously. Okay, that's more like it. Now that players have departed the club, I forgot I needed to advance one day. Now that players have departed the club, we've got a lot more money. We've got 5.41 million. Also loaned out Lejeune. He's gone out on loan to Young Boys just for 1 season to get some game time. But I didn't sell anybody else. We're going to do that at the start of the next episode. Hopefully get rid of some players. But yeah, that's a really hefty budget to help us get promoted from the league. I'm going to quickly look at the objectives. There is one critical one, reduce player wages by 13,000. Within the same season, sign 1 crucial player and make a profit of 4.3 million. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. That is a ridiculous one, to be 100% honest with you. We are a team that's pushing for promotion, so reducing the player wages is not what I'm about. Also, within the same season, we will sign a crucial player, but 4.3 million profit, it's not going to happen. I mean, we've just sold our player that would make us that money. No chance. Although it does say we've got 4.44 million profit here. It's not counting. So, I mean, who knows? How do we kick off the season? We'll kick off the season by taking on Wycombe. We've also got Cardiff in there early, Bolton in the cup, Blackpool in there early. That will be a difficult one. Wigan, Sunderland. We don't have an easy start to the season, boys. We really don't. August is going to be pretty difficult. But I do have now far more confidence in this team moving forward the way that we ended that last season. That's going to be it for this one, guys. And that's going to be it for season number 2. I will see you for season number 3, where hopefully we can shape this squad to be a side that gets promoted from League One. I fully believe we can do that. We ended that season so strongly. We played some good football. We've got some really good pieces in place to take us forward. Maybe just 1 or 2 upgrades now to see us set, and maybe a little bit more in terms of better rotation. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the support here on season number 2. I'll see you all for season number 3.